All right, the Carter Hairstyling Traveling Freak Show is here at Make It Custom, and we are working on Elio's Roadster here, and I guess we're fixing some garbage here. I'm supposed to be working on these doors, I guess. I don't really want to, but I don't have any choice. So yeah, I think we're gonna get these scabby ones off. I do like this patch, though it's kind of a... I like it, but Elio, he's pretty fussy, so we're gonna swap out these doors. We got some slightly better ones, and we're just gonna kind of scab them on here and see where we get to, I guess.
Best part about this patch, though, hammer rivets.
That's right. It was hand finished. You don't see craftsmanship like that anymore.
I mean, should we save just the patch to put into the new doors?
Maybe. Leave a comment. Let me know if we should cut up these doors here and graft that scabby patch in.
What do you think, Sue? What do you think?
I reckon I ought to explain what the heck's going on before we get too far into this here. Well, if you're not already aware, Elio from the new YouTube channel, Life with a Pepperoni, he's building a really cool Model A Roadster, kind of in the early jalopy style, kind of how it would have been built in the late 40s, early 50s. Long story short, that character Carl over at Make It Custom, he calls me up out of the blue and says, hey, we're going to be having this big old thrash on Elio's Roadster at my shop, and Lee from LG Customs is going to be there, and I've been calling around to all the popular YouTubers trying to get them involved, and they're all busy right now, so we were wondering if maybe you'd like to come out. As you know, I'm not real big on interacting with other human beings, but he kind of caught me at a weak moment there. You see, we had just had another gigantic snowstorm, and I was in the middle of fighting with some rusty, miserable garbage as usual. And so without really thinking, I said, yeah, you know what? I'll be there. So I hop in the old private jet there and fly on out to British Columbia. So this video is just kind of a rough summary of the 4 days that I spent out in British Columbia working on Elio's Roadster. Of course, make sure you're all subscribed to Life with a Pepperoni and Make It Custom and LG Customs. They all have done a lot more filming than I did. They've all got the build covered in a lot more detail on their channel, so again, make sure you're subscribed to all of them. I'm just gonna warn you right now that this video is pretty unpolished and rough around the edges. The sound isn't all that great. It was just a lot of men working in a shop together, so there's a lot of loud sounds and you know, things like that. So if you're one of them people who gets really upset about the quality of sound and whatever, and you don't want to have your hand on the remote to adjust the volume to hear things, you may want to just skip over this video. I mean, there's no point in getting upset about things that don't really matter. That being said, before you click off, make sure you head on over to Life with a Pepperoni, Make It Custom, and LG Customs and watch their videos. Their production quality is much better than mine is, and they've got a lot more detail on the Roadster build. Anyways, I think that's about all the introduction we need for now, so I'm just gonna hop in my private jet and head on back to British Columbia and get cracking on this Roadster.
Fucking guy, what the fuck? What are you doing, fucking half-inch? Jesus Christ.
The goal here is to attach this to this somehow and make a door to go there.
Beautiful.
Wow, I wouldn't say that.
Beautiful.
We're making something that could be a door,
Yes.
possibly.
It's almost looking like one. Might not look like a door, but it looks like it's folded now.
Yeah, we're just kind of trying to get it loosely folded because we can't really test fit it until this edge is folded over properly. So we're just kind of getting it loosely on here, and then we can fit it on the car and mess around with it from there. And then once we're happy with it, we can lock it in permanently. And okay, we got this door kind of set on here very loosely, but I think we need to get the body on the frame before I go much further with it. You know, there's a fair amount of play in this body right now, so trying to get it to fit on a body that's not mounted to the frame is kind of a pointless endeavor. But if you fold the car in half and slam it really hard and kick it, it's basically mint. So I think I'm going to start tackling this side here, and we'll see if we can kind of achieve similar results over here. So we're onto the driver's or passenger's door now, I guess. And these doors have been kind of worked on before. Start fitting it onto the inner panel here, and we'll hopefully end up with a somewhat usable passenger door. This we got like content creators filming content creators filming content creators. We got content for everyone.
We got a mango on everyone.
This is what the people want to see.
I hope so.
Got a couple of loose tacks in here, and what is remaining of the actual flange on the new panel here, we're just gonna get that loosely tapped over into something, and then eventually, once we're happy with how this fits on the car, we can go in and add our flangey thingy here and weld that on. And by we, I mean somebody else, because probably by the time we get to that stage, I won't be here anymore and I won't have to deal with any of this. So I'm just doing the fun part.
Okay. Here, see if it's clear. A little more. A little more up. You gonna bend things up that way? I kind of want this. I could lose a tool in any shop.
We gotta film this.
When you lose it in a small shop, it's only like.
Currently looking for a drill. This is the stuff that normally gets edited out, but it's here for you people to see.
Kyle, where's the drill?
I took it home. Sorry. Oh, we found the drill.
I used it last.
So we're just doing a quick patch job on the bottom of these wheel wells now. We got this already made, and now we're just gonna kind of hammer something together.
The front, chevy.
Look at
Look
that.
at that. Boom!
Boom!
We got
that.
half a roller. Half a roller. I'm gonna simulate a motor, okay?
Well, the couple nuts just fell off.
Simulate the rear suspension.
Was not ready. right, it's the start of day 2 here. Yesterday we got some doors kind of scabbed together. Carl made these pieces down here, and I kind of scabbed in a wheel arch bottom over here, and Carl did it on this side. You can see his side turned out way nicer than mine did, and he also put in the patch here. And Elio and Lee, they got the front end rolling, so that's all looking really good here, and we'll keep plucking away at it today. I think I'm gonna start working on the back here some more and try and get something tied into here.
What else have you done on this thing?
I just made a mess of it, really.
Just made a mess. Cool.
We're gonna try patching in these corners today.
Yeah.
And,
Is this the nice patch that you made? Is this
Yeah.
what you made a mess of?
Yeah.
Looks great.
it's all metal finish and everything,
Yeah,
so
just
pretty
filler with
proud of
filler.
that. Exactly. We take pride in what we hide here. So technically, when we're building a panel, we don't want to leave the edges until last, but I don't know. We're doing everything wrong here because this isn't my car. So I kind of put the edge in here to kind of lock it in place. And now I can see that we've got a lot of shrinking to do to pull this around. So that's what we're going to do. And then we'll continue shaping this until it starts to resemble something that could be part of a Model A.
Is it working? Fine.
Carl's over here showing everybody up. Look at this panel he's building, it's crazy. This guy knows what he's doing, and then we come over here, we look at this mess of hot garbage, and
It looks the same without a bead roll.
that's the thing, I forgot to put a bead in it, so now it's ruined. I think I'm gonna have to like sculpt a bead out of fiberglass or something, and maybe some garden hose glued on there. But I'm out of patience, so we're gonna start working on the bead, and I think Carl is going to show me how he did the bead on his side, so they kind of match.
It's got the micrometer going.
What do you figure?
Might need like a
You need to
little
go in
more,
a little bit more up here.
just a little bit more up top there.
I mean, we're trying to match to like.
To hot garbage?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, 61 of the other and 42 of one.
Like if it doesn't match perfectly, I will just like take a claw hammer and like beat the bead we put into it to match this.
Yeah, to match this that you can totally
Like,
see through.
Soak it in muriatic acid for a couple of winters and it'll be fine.
I actually have some outside. Should we get this going? Like,
Well, we don't want to do it in here. Like we'll have to push it outside, otherwise like everything in the shop will be like covered in rust.
I actually did that accidentally to that whole car.
I made that mistake too once.
Oh.
Never again.
It's like cleaning bead roll dies, and I did it outside, but it wafted in and flash rusted the whole thing. I just cried. Yeah, it's not ideal.
No.
Not ideal. Look at that. We got some corners on there, bud.
Wow. I don't think we know what it is.
I have a digital magnifier.
Oh, camera.
I just bought it this year.
Oh.
All right, so we got the very scientific tape going on there. So yeah, you'll be on that line. Yeah, there you go. We're basically just trying to like pop this edge up and get a nice
I see
line going there.
Yeah.
And do the same thing on the other side. So I'd like probably tighten that up a little bit. That bit of tape is just to sort of hold that flange from diving. Helps get our roll in there. Nice. Man, you probably one and done on that almost.
I guess yeah, that feed is pretty mashed anyways, so.
Yeah, and then so we got to do next is we'll just like loosen that one off. We'll bring this to the other side of that.
I'm starting to get a little bit concerned why she wasn't texting me back, and then she lost her phone.
You just tighten it like.
Yeah, kind of look at it on the edge here. Let's get the edge kind of. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe like a little more out. Yeah, right there. Try that. Looks good. Oh, and I was like pulling up on this side.
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe start it again at the front here.
Well, this is getting cut off anyways.
Oh yeah, it don't matter. Yeah.
This is just the practice area.
There you go.
9/16, I think. Yeah, that's totally awesome.
Oh, this one doesn't work.
I guess the tape is only kind of relevant for the.
Yeah, for the other side. It's working
At least
pretty
it
good.
is now.
Yeah. Nice. So that kind of takes care of the edges more or less.
Okay, and then now we just change it over to that other one.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, you're a genius.
Once we get switched, it should fit the right way. And so I was thinking of half here, little L shape, something like that. Maybe do a dog leg or a tail member style.
There we go.
These, just to like,
When you don't have the right stuff, just figure it out.
Dude. A little.
Yeah, I mean, it's got like maybe a little. It's nothing, man.
I guess it is being rusted, so.
Yeah, I think it looks 100% good enough.
Cool. Thanks for the lesson, Carl.
Yeah, no worries, buddy. I mean, it's not the right way to do it, but it's the right way today.
Yeah, exactly. Any tool can be the right tool. Yeah, I'll just clamp it and beat the crap out of it so it lines up.
And Bob's your mother's brother.
That's right. All right, here's where we're at. I got this piece, well, good enough, I guess. So we're gonna start splicing it into here. And you can see Carl already has his piece installed. And over here, they're working on the chassis, getting the rear end in and the engine. And things are going well. So we're just working on the panel below here now, and Carl had this sweet tail panel in stock with these really, really slick 1990s style. Look what he's doing.
I don't like it.
I don't know, you guys, like, leave a comment, tell him to quit destroying this automotive artistry here. What a shame, hey? Anyways, I guess he doesn't like it, so we're about to start butchering this, and probably ruining the car, honestly.
Get out of my way. Even the battery didn't want me to cut it.
Yeah, I know. It's a sign. Quick, weld it back up before he gets back with a new battery.
We gotta cut that inner panel out.
Yeah.
It's like connected up here. This is actually a quality fabricated piece, to be honest.
Like, somebody spent some time on that.
Like in 1996.
And now we're destroying it.
I was just kidding. This is actually what we were trying to do.
Yeah.
I just think it's a much
There we
nicer
go.
look having this closer. Like, it was way too thick before. It made no sense.
I know.
the
And
reason-
you know, a lot of people, they on these traditional cars, they run like these big clunky taillights and stuff. But having them flush like that,
It's
like,
more
man,
aerodynamic, gas mileage, it's,
And it just-
expensive.
it just looks good.
Yeah.
Well, on day 3, we decided to take a quick break from the destruction and head on over to the BC Vintage Truck Museum in Cloverdale. I wanted to give a big shout out to those fellas for being kind enough to give us a tour of their amazing collection. They have a really impressive project they're working on, 1935 Dodge Airflow tanker truck, and they're building the whole entire back from scratch. And apparently they were watching my videos and learning from them, but I gotta say, after seeing what they were up to there, I need to be watching them because I'm really impressed with what they're doing. And so keep up the good work, guys. And again, thank you for the tour. Of course, like a fool, I didn't film anything there, but there are a few pictures of me there. You can see by the pictures that I was having a great time and really enjoyed the collection. And if you do want to see any video from that visit, you can check out Carl's second channel, Make It Custom Unleashed. He has a video of the tour there. But even better than that, if you guys are ever in British Columbia, in the area, highly recommend you check out their museum and send them a donation or whatever so they can keep preserving vintage trucks. I really like what they're doing out there. And again, it was a great time. So anyways, now let's get back to the shop and work on the Roadster some more. Day 487 of the Roadster build, and things are starting to look more like a car. Lee and Elio, they got the engine and transmission mounted yesterday. They also got the rear end in place, and they even managed to get the torque tube shortened. So it's looking very much like a car. Carl and I, we were working on the back corners here. You can see Carl's got his side welded in, my side's welded in, and then we also got this lower doodad in place. And then we were working on the panel above the deck lid here. So that's coming along nicely. And last night we set the body on, and as you can see, it's looking pretty cool. All you need to build a car is a positive attitude, and what is this, like a day and a half of labor so far? And look at that. Forgot we also had the seat professionally reupholstered here, complete with antivirus. Very nice. We're just discussing hairstyles right now.
We're all complimenting Elio's hair.
It's like Fabio.
Man, that's 2 full rounds, and like it looks pretty flat on the car, but that's how much crown is in it. Hey?
That's a lot of crown.
Yeah. Okay. Another couple rounds probably. My arms aren't tired at all. You're gonna be ripped by the end of this.
right, well, here's where we got to in like, I don't know, 2.5 days. Carl and I have been messing around with the body. Carl did an amazing job here on this trunk lid. He's using the power hammer there, and then he just finished planishing it out. I believe it's going to be getting louvers. And we kind of tag teamed on this panel here and got pretty much all the major rust repair done on the body. Obviously still roughed in, but the idea behind this car is just kind of a fun, rough, old school jalopy. This is, you know, something anybody can do in their garage. Just hammer something together, have some fun with it. That's kind of what hot rodding's all about. And Lee and Elio, they were on the chassis and they absolutely crushed it. Like, they got pretty much everything roughed in here. They got the steering column and steering box in yesterday. The steering all figured out, and they got the pedals in. They still got to hook up the linkage and stuff, but it's looking awesome. And yeah, everything is basically, yeah, it's a rolling chassis. So how cool is that? We had a pretty easy 2.5 days here, and this is what we did. So there you go.
So what the Mr. Wagner kind of taught me is when we do this, you just want to be as even as possible and traverse kind of left and right all the way to the end and all the way back, and that's kind of one go.
Okay.
And then go to the next and the next. Similar to what you would be doing with the English wheel. Yeah, and you can be kind of more flowy with it, and it's okay. You're full stomping on that though. Yeah, good. Okay. Yeah, and then yeah, go to level 2.
Okay. And then just start.
Yeah.
Here for level 2.
Like the center of the die to there, kind of. He would let off the pedal a little bit as you go to the edges, just to help kind of transition from one to the next.
Okay.
For me, I wasn't doing that yesterday because I don't think my brain and my foot were talking yesterday.
Well,
so
I imagine mine won't be either.
Yeah, so I kind of just move a little faster on the edges so that they sort of flow out a little bit. And it's okay to go outside the thing a little. Like, you want to be as organic and smooth as possible. That's kind of the whole trick. But I mean, obviously, we're just giving it a shot, right? Yeah, guess, so. Yeah, go for it. You always spin the panel if it's easier.
Yeah, I guess.
Yep. I usually end up doing that halfway through, just like make it a little easier. Put this up there.
My neighbors would hate me so much.
It's not quiet.
No.
Just when you're holding it,
Yeah.
you can just kind of like let that sit and balance on there. Yeah. You can hold it out here. Way less like tenseness, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because right now you're like hold it, and then if it does this, then it's fighting you, and you kind of like you wear yourself out. But like if you hold it and kind of balance it, you'll have a better time probably. Also, is that like if you swing like this, like you don't have to go like a typewriter. Yeah. Like if you swing, this is always the same distance from you, which is weird to think about. So like you will still be going straight with the lines if you swing. Like.
You go right to the edge, or?
Yeah, so you're gonna have to go just about to the edge, like same deal as like 3/4 inch away. Yeah. So you could throw a piece of tape on there, and then you can see the hammer mark if you want.
Yeah,
you'll be able to see it.
I don't want to waste any tape on this adventure.
But isn't that wild? How like there's
crazy. Like this would take me like a couple hours probably with like an English wheel.
Right. Probably do it again, but just lighter hits. Okay. Like turn the hammer down a little bit and then go over it again. Man, it's so...
That's so cool.
It is crazy how much different radial stretching is with a power hammer.
Yeah.
And the English wheel too, like I find that it's really hard to not get form into it and lock it in while you're wheeling when it's a larger panel, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to mess around with this, as you probably saw, and as soon as I get home, I think I'm going to throw away all my tools. Wow. Where has this thing been all my life? We just kind of messed around trying to build a miniature roof insert or whatever, and it's amazing like how forgiving this is like compared to an English wheel. And I mean, this is just like cobbled together in a few minutes, but it would, yeah. I'm impressed. And Carl, he's been doing some more planishing on the trunk lid here. What happened here is this trunk lid that Carl built, we decided that it's just too good for this old jalopy here. So we're gonna completely ruin it by cutting a whole bunch of slots in it. Because, why wouldn't you? Can't have anything nice. All right, we just got done cutting a bunch of slots in this trunk lid. Now we're gonna get out our flux core welder. We're gonna weld all these up and grind them with 24 grit with a nice camo grind pattern, and Elio will never know the difference.
We can kind of butt that. That looks good.
Yeah.
There we go. Can we have a look at it before we go nutty? Yeah. Now I don't remember if it's better to start at one end or the other.
I think
It's better to start.
it's better to start here because then
Yeah.
the
then
louver
it
lines
doesn't-
it up with the next one.
Then it doesn't screw that up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. That makes sense. Cool. Don't breathe. Wow, that looks sick. That looks so cool. It definitely needs another row.
Yeah.
It does need one more row. But that does look sweet, doesn't it?
Yes. Now it's a hot rod.
Yeah. Now his farts can make it. Yeah. Wow. You could like just see right through there, eh?
Oh yeah.
Those are hefty louvers.
All right, well, this is our official outro of Elio's Model A Roadster build. We end up with something that resembles a pretty cool hot rod. And Carl and I just got done punching a whole pile of louvers in Elio's trunk lid. He doesn't know yet, and I don't know if he's going to like them or not, but he doesn't have much choice. You get what you pay for, buddy. Those of you in the comment section will probably notice that there's a louver missing here, and the reason for that is that he may or may not want to get into his trunk lid, so we left that for a latch handle of some kind, and if he decides he doesn't want to get in his trunk, then he can always punch in a louver himself, right?
Right.
If you guys are curious on how these louvers were made, they were all done by hand using this tool that Carl made on his channel, Make It Custom. So make sure you head on over to his channel and check it out, and check out all his other amazing videos, right? This guy actually knows what he's doing, so quit watching my channel and go watch him.
Oh, bullshit.
All right, I think we're done here. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks to Carl for having me out. And
Coming, man.
oh yeah,
Too much fun, man.
yeah, I needed to get out. I needed to get out of Saskatchewan for a day or two. So
We actually had t-shirt weather yesterday.
yeah, this is like tropical compared to what I'm used to. All right, see you all back in Saskatchewan. As you can see, I've made it back to my garbage dump here in Saskatchewan, and I had a great time out there in British Columbia working on Elio's Roadster. So it was supposed to be like a 4-day thrash. I was out there for 4 days, but I think we only actually put in about 2.5 days worth of work between the 4 of us. Super laid back, and we got quite a bit done. Don't forget to head on over to Elio's new YouTube channel, Life with a Pepperoni. He's going to be covering the rest of the Roadster build, as well as all of his other amazing projects that he's got on the go. So I would really hope that you all go and subscribe to him and watch his videos. It wasn't all that long ago when I was just a young lad growing up in the big YouTuber city and having a hard time getting any traction going on the old YouTube there. So I know what it's like to start a new YouTube channel, and I really hope he has a really successful run of it. So you all can help him out with that, I hope, and go watch his videos, show him some support, and encourage him to keep going with it. So again, check out Life with a Pepperoni. Also wanted to give a thank you to Carl from Make It Custom and Lee from LG Customs for allowing me to participate in that project. It's very cool to get invited out there, and it was a fun time hanging out with everybody and working on the project. And of course, I would hope that you're all already subscribed to LG Customs and Make It Custom here on YouTube. But if you're not, please head on over their channel, give them a subscribe and a like and whatever, and watch their videos. And again, encourage them to keep going. They're going to be filming and updating on the Roadster project in a lot more detail than what I've put together in this video. The thing I found with YouTube is even once you have an established channel, it's still really hard to continue making a go of it. So doing these collaborations and shout outs and whatever is a really great way to kind of spread the word about different channels. So again, I would highly recommend you go check out LG Customs. That was Lee with the cool Model A Roadster you all saw, and as well as Carl over at Make It Custom. That was his shop we were working in, and he has an excellent channel as well. So go check them all out. And I'm going to stop talking now. I'm going to get back to work on some of my garbage. And yeah, that's all I got to say. So see you again next week.